Guys, thank you for joining. No, with my request, right? You guys have joined at 10 p.m. night, and I'm very happy. Some of you have joined the session, so I'm thankful for you, all of you. So, good evening once again. So, what we would be doing now? We would be continuing our session now. So, we had stopped our Jenkins, right? We had covered just a few hours back. We had took a Jenkins day 6. Sorry. Now we would be starting the Jenkins day 7 session actually. Okay. So, guys, one more thing. Like you could see that actually some of you, like are continuously asking me. Many of my YouTube viewers, right? They're continuously asking me, sir, please share me the documents, notes, and everything, whatever you are doing in the class. Actually, like I keep sending them actually. So hence I thought that I have created the share drive actually. So I have created a share drive. So in today's class, right after when I upload it in the description, I will give this link actually. So anyone can go through it and anyone can open this drive and you can able to download all this notes actually. So for every class which I have took earlier, right, I have the notes as well as the examples and the images, whatever the images which I show in the class, right, that everything is there. So guys, you can download everything, right? So you need not to ask me now always, right? You have this link. So I'll be sharing this link with you all in my description when I'm uploading the notes, as well as in my channel, right? In about my section, right? About my section, right? I will be putting across this also. Okay. So whatever the notes which I'll be preparing now, right? So I will be sharing everything. I'll be uploading everything in this drive itself, Google Drive itself. Okay. Anyone can download it. Fine. So now, so guys, we had we had did a small project today, and I had shown right how you can actually like install the Maven. So if you can download the source or binaries and install it according to the any of your path, and try to set that path into your profile actually, and then like you can just create a file where you can set all the path and information, as well as you can even set the variable for your home directory for your Apache Maven actually. So here M2 is nothing but it is one of the variable. So M2 call it as this is nothing but the home directory for your Maven path actually. So here under this path you have set you have exported this variable M2, and the same M2 you have added to the existing path environment variable. So that's what if you go here and if you do an echo dollar path, you could see that actually you are able to see that path is available. Hence, what happened from here, automatically the MVN commands will take. If you execute MVN command, automatically the shell will try to locate the MVN command from this path and it will try to execute it actually. So, okay, so that what we are doing, that we are doing a exporting of the exporting the Maven's environment variable through with the name M2 underscore home. So that's what we did it today. Okay. Now, what we are going to do now? What we are going to do now, guys? So, guys, what we will do now? We will continue right with the Maven itself, actually. Okay. So we will continue with the Maven. So in the last session, we have seen the Maven goals, right? Maven phases, build phases. These are the build phases, right? Maven new compile, Maven clean, Maven package. Yeah, of course. Apart from this Maven goals, right? Whatever we have, right? We have something like a Maven site. This is basically for the documentation part, which we're doing. We have MVN deploy, right? We have MVN install. Like that, there are many, goals are there actually. There are many goals are there. We'll be discussing even this also as part of today's session. Okay. So now, guys, what we'll be doing, we'll be continuing with our Maven itself. So what we're going to cover, we'll be covering something known as a super form. So now, what is a super POM? So we already understood, right, what exactly the POM means actually. So what is a POM, guys? We already saw that today. We already understood, right, from the last session, right? You know that what is a POM? So you know that POM stands for it. POM stands for Project Object Model, right? See, it is a core of any kind of a project. If you are building any Java project, right, you need to have a POM file. It means that you need to have that POM.xml. So POM.xml file is a core of the project configuration in Maven. Okay, so it is like a it is basically, it's a single configuration XML file, we say, right, which contains all the majority of the information which is required to build for the project. So let me write it down. So what is a POM? POM, we say that POM, it is a core of the Java project, Java project, Java project's configuration, you can say, in Maven. It is a single it is a single configuration XML file, okay, which is called as pom.xml file. It contains the majority of the information required to build the project, right? So what are the information it contains? It contains information about the compiler, what exactly, which version of the Java compiler it has been used. It contains the remote repository, right? See it, so it contains, right, project artifactory. It contains about your dependencies and the location towards the dependency, from where to download the dependency. It also has the plugin dependency, from where the plugin need to be downloaded. So which location, from which location the plugin can be downloaded, as well as it, even the pom.xml even has all kind of a Maven goals. Like for example, here we are doing a Maven compile, Maven package, Maven clean, right? So all Maven goals will also be will also be present in the pom.xml file. So like that, there are plenty of informations are there, guys, which each and every pom.xml has, right? You can even have a minimal also. But what happened, right? There is something known as a super pom. Okay, what is a super pom? You could say that Raju, is super pom is a parent of all the poms. Ah, yes, it's a parent of the all poms. So mainly there are many poms are there. See, for example, if you go to the Spring Pet Clinic, if you go to the Spring Pet Clinic, now if you go to this project, now you could see, guys, there is an SRC directory is there where all the source codes are placed. You know that SRC is a directory where all the source codes of, or all the project codes of Java is written by developer. They place it here, and you could see that there is something a pom.xml file. So is this pom.xml is a super pom or it is a main parent pom? Yes, it is a main parent pom. If you click on this super pom, you could see that they have mentioned the version, what is the version it is being used, right? They'll have a model version, group ID, artifact ID. You know that this is related to the project, right? Here you can give the your organization name or your name. Here you can give the project name. Like in my case, suppose if I build the hello world, right? I used to write hello world, right? And here you can place the version. What is the version of that particular project is required? Suppose you're building it and you're not sure whether the project is a stable project or not. Always you mention as a snapshot. Snapshot means it is not stable. If it is something like 3.0.0 hyphen release is there, oh, it is a stable. Okay, here it is a snapshot. Now you could see there's something like a parent actually, right? So this is a parent pom actually, and it has all kind of a dependencies which has been maintained. So this is called, we call it as a super pom actually. Now if you come back and if you go to the SRC directory, now you could see that there are something like there is a main is there, there's a test is there. Fine, this is okay, fine. Let me do one thing, guys. Let me go with some other project, open MRS, so that I will able to explain over there. Okay, let me check. Open MRS core is there. Okay. Yeah, this is what I need. So this is nothing but your super pom. Here, this is a super pom. This is a super pom, right? This is the whole super pom actually. So this is a super pom actually. And then if you come back here, you could see that here you have various different other folder structures are there. Like for example, so in a main core project, you could see that there are many other sub projects, small projects also there, or the dependency projects are also there. So OpenMRS is the main core project, but inside you will have many other projects also. Like for example, API. Under API, you could see that it also has an SRC. It also has a pom.xml file. See, this is a pom.xml file. So guys, this pom.xml file, which is there under the API pom.xml file, it inherits some of the property or some of the fields of the main pom.xml file or the parent's pom.xml file. So what is a parent pom is? Parent pom is the ultimate pom which would be there, which contains all kind of like all information of the project will be there. But within your whole project, you could have some other sub projects, small project, where you might not use the whole parent prom's content, whatever it is required for that specific project. Like for example, for here API is there, right? Under API you might not need everything, you might need only few things. So in that case, what happened, right? You will mention some few of the stuff, but if you need many more things, right, then this pom.xml of that API, right, of this API, right, it can inherit some of the properties or some of the fields from the main pom.xml. So this main pom.xml is a parent pom actually, we say. So this is just a concept, guys. Okay. So if somebody asks, you should be able to tell. So what is a super pom? Sorry, here, all right. This is a pom actually, right? And here it is a super pom. So, so the super pom file defines all the details or all the not details or all the default configuration of your project. Okay. So hence even the simplest form of a form file will inherit all the configuration defined in the super form file. In the super form file, right? So as I said, right, here in this example of OpenMRS, right, even this API, whatever you have, right, API, right, this pom.xml, it will try to inherit whatever the main pom.xml is there. So whatever the stuff, whatever the content it is are there, it will inherit. See, it is something like if I want to tell you the analogy, right, like in the Java project, right, you have an object class, right? So you have an object class, and every class from the Java, like it inherits the main object class, right? So if to tell you, see, to understand the super form, right, we can understand through the analogy with the object class from Java, right? Like for example, every class from the Java extends like by default the object classes, we say, right? So now what I'm trying to tell, that always what happened, right, in the case of pom, right, every pom extends a super pom. It means that whatever the main pom is there, right, so the sub pom or the sub superset of the pom, right, it is nothing but it will always inherit the main parent pom. So this is just for the concept, guys. I'm no, you need not to understand everything in detail. Even I need not to describe everything in detail, right, about this. But this is how you have to understand. Now, okay. So now what happened, right? Now you want to say that, Rajesh, I want to, like, I want to see the content of the super pom. Okay, fine. So let me do one thing. Let me go to our, that this is my machine where I am having the Spring Pet Clinic project, right? So here I'm having the Spring Pet Clinic. Sorry, cd to the Spring Pet Clinic. Yeah. Suppose I want to create a super form. So there's a command is a mvn help colon effective hyphen form. So this is the command, guys, to generate the super form. So to generate the super form, execute. One second, guys. Execute the command. Execute the command. Okay. So shall I execute this command, guys? Here. Okay. Execute the command. See. If I say mvn help effective super form. See. So okay, it will try to download all the dependencies. Fine. Now you could see after some time it will try to generate the. It will try to generate. See, it is trying to generate the super form. So this is the super form, guys. So if I try to run one more time, okay, this time it will not download the dependencies. You will get only the super form content. See, this is a super form content. But if you see now, this is a very big content, guys. See, if I try to copy and try to explain now, it is very difficult actually. So this is a big super form. See, okay, I cannot do it actually. Okay, what we can do, I have one more project, right? Simple project. I have one more simple project right here. Oh, come out here. Okay, I have this Maven demo project, or else what I will do now, let me go to the Google. I'll say uh, hello world Maven project. So getting started with the Maven project, yeah, I need a GitHub actually. So I need to give a GitHub. This is what it is. So I've given GitHub like this. You should give GitHub for faster, searching, right? You'll get this. So Java hello world with Maven. This is what I need, guys. So here you could see that you can copy this content, and then you go here and you create a directory mkdir, right? Hello Maven, actually hello Maven, hello world Maven project. So get into that hello world Maven and then do a git clone and give this complete git URL, GitHub URL. See, you download the project. So ls, now go to the Java here, enter. So you have source everything. Here you do a mvn help colon effective hyphen form. So why I have chosen, because this is a small project, dummy project, or a very simple project. I will get a super form with a, it's not such a big super form. It will be small. So let me run one more time, guys. Make sure that I will get this now. Everything. See. Okay, great. So now what I will do that I will try to copy this here. From here, I'll try to copy the whole content. Okay, okay. Sorry. Come down. See here. Okay, where it is. See. Okay. From here I need. See, effective form after inheritance interpolation profiles are applied. See. Effective form. Okay, come down. Okay, I have copied it. I'll open a notepad. So I'll select the language as XML, select the language XML, and then do a paste of this. Okay, this is what you got it. This is what the super form. So super form for what? Which project? For this Java Hello World Java project with Maven. This is a project. The same thing I did it even for Spring Pet Clinic, but that super form is a very big file, right? You could see that it's a very big file. So analyzing it will take time actually. So let us understand what is this contain actually. See, if you go down here, sorry, if you go up here, you could see that same thing stuff. It is using the XML version 1.0 encoding UTF. Okay, fine. Now you could see that it is having a modal version 4.0. Okay, it is having a group ID, but which is the organization it is using. So here you can give your organization, right? Here I can say com dot or org dot Rajesh-Devops. So that is my organization. Artifact ID. What is the project name? Version. Or after you build, what version you're giving. Now you could see that up. So under this, you have a property here. You are saying that what is the compiler version you're using. Fine. Now we could see that there's a dependency. See, there's a dependency. After the dependencies, and here you have given everything, guys. What kind of a dependencies you're using, right? And everything. Here the important thing is the repository. See, from where all the download, all your all your repositories are downloaded through the central repository, and the central repository URL is this one actually. Okay, If you click on this, if you copy the link, open this, I'm sure that it'll show you all kind of a repo. See, these are all the repositories, guys. So from this repositories, it will try to download all kind of repository. Now, if you come down here, you could see something known as an output actually. See, if you come down, you could see something like output directory. What is an output directory means actually, guys? Now you know that whenever you are running any Maven, like any kind of a Maven, you are running any kind of a Maven goals, or you are running a Maven build phase like MVN compile, MVN package, you know that some kind of a work will happen. Like for example, when you are doing a MVN common compile, you know that the dot class files are getting created. So what will happen under the MVN common? Dot classes files are getting created, right? So where it will be created? Under the target, there will be classes that will be there. Under that, it will be all kind of dot classes file will be created. Fine. Now, if you come to your XML file here, here it is saying that for each and every Maven goal, where it has to throw the output. See here, when you're doing a deploy, see, it will try to say that when you are deploying for the project, it should go always, it should go into this path. Okay. Whenever you are doing, apart from that, what are the other things? We know something like MVN compile and all. Let us see MVN install, okay, MVN test, right? MVN test compile, see MVN compile, right? See, so whatever you are doing it, see, after you building a project, see, you'll get the goal but a jar file. Oh, by default the packaging is a jar file. If it is a var or er, then it would have created er or var. So like that, this is a super POM, guys. This is a main POM, and each and every goal will have something like an output directory, right? And if you still scroll up, right, you will get the package, MVN package, where is an output, everything you will see here. See, now here, after that, you could see something known as a plugin repository. If your project requires any kind of a plugin repository, the plugin will also be downloaded into this path only. Or else, if you are having some other plugin path, right, you can mention over here. It will try to install the plugin from there. Now, after that, you could see that there's a build activity. See, so what is the source? Where is your source? Is there? See, /home Ubuntu hello world Maven. See, Java hello world src main Java. Oh, under this path, all your source code is there. It means that the developer has written this source. So where are all the main scripts are there, which is required? The scripts under this path. What is the test result? Test source directory. Where exactly all the unit tests are written by the developer and placed. So the unit tests are written under src test. This is the main thing which we need it. Output directory. It means that once you compile it, you will get a dot class file. Where it will go? See, target classes. That's what I was saying. So under this home directory, under this base directory, Java home hello world with Maven, it is there. Under this, you are having target. Under that, classes are there. Similarly, all the test put output directory, right? All the test case output directory will come here. So it means that for anything, whatever you do, guys, right, with the Maven, right, you have a main parent POM always, and whichever POM which you will be writing for the sub project, it will inherit this main POM. Is it clear, guys? I hope that you understood whatever I'm trying to tell. So again, who is going to write this main.pom or super POM? We never write, the developers only write it. But we need to understand what exactly it does. That's all. Clear, guys? Okay. So now, after this, guys, after this, there is something like build profiles actually. What are these build profiles? So see here, now the question comes, somebody might ask that, Rajesh, this is, you have been saying earlier that this is what, this is what the Maven requires. So Maven always follows convention over configuration, correct? It always follows the convention over configuration, correct, guys? Now you could say that this is what the convention you need to follow. Okay, you need to follow this convention, because you said that, Rajesh, whenever the Java developer is writing a source code and he want to use a Maven as a build tool, then Maven say that always the source code should be there under /base.dir src main Java. Under that, you need to place all the files, all your .java files you have to place. So here under the unit test, whatever the unit test is writing, it has to. So this is nothing but it's a convention. Okay. Oh, it means that Whoever is a developer now, he need to follow this convention. Then only the Maven will understand this all this convention, and then it could able to build the project. And of course, you need to have the pom.xml also, right? That file is required. Now, this is what the convention we say actually. So Maven follows convention or convention. Now the question comes, Rajesh, can the convention can be changed? Can we do some more changes according to our requirement? Yeah, you can do the changes actually. The flexibility is given by the Maven also, that you can do all these changes, even though these are the main changes, main convention which you need to follow. But sometime what happened, right? You need to follow the, you can even change according to the convention. When you are going to change according to convention, suppose for example, you are building a project for your test environment. Oh, there I need to do some slight changes in my convention. Yeah, you can do that actually. Suppose you are doing a development and you're deploying into the development environment, you want to do some changes, slight changes, you can Maven configuration changes. Yeah, you can do that. If you are doing any kind of a deployment to the production environment, now you say that, Rajesh, I need to change this convention based on to my production environment. If you can do it, yeah, you can do it. So that flexibility is given by the Maven actually. So how you can change that? Through the, well, with the help of a build profiles, we say. So what is it, guys? This is also a concept. You need not to really understand everything. So this is also a concept actually. So what is next? It is nothing but these are all the comes. It will come under your Java only, guys. If you are going through the official documentation of the Maven, right, you will get all this concept. What are build profiles? What are super bomb? Right? Every detailed, minute information you will get from the official Maven, document only. There only I got all this information. So I went through all the official documentation. So I read it. That's what I'm trying to tell it. So build profiles. What are build profiles? You know that. So a build profile is a set of configuration values which can be used to set or override the default values. So what are the default convention values are, right? You can set or override. So you can set or override the default values of Maven build actually. Okay. So using the build profile, you can customize, customize build for different environments, like like such as production, development, like UAT, like etc. environments, or so on, etc. So on. Okay. So profiles are specified in pom.xml itself. Where you set the profile in the pom.xml file itself. So the so so we say profiles are specified in pom.xml file using the active profile states actually. Active profiles. I will show you this all these things later. Active profiles or profiles. Profiles elements we say. In the pom.xml you will see some sections of profile elements. Okay. So that's what you can make out. If you go to some from some pom.xml, right, you will see some active profile elements. You will see that. So through that you will understand. Okay, some profiles are set actually. So basically, guys, what happened right here? You could say that profiles. You could say that something like modify the form at build time and are used to give how I can say, to give the parameters differently for different targets, different target environments, right? Suppose, for example, suppose you're building for a development environment, suppose you're building for production environment, right? You have a different form profiles actually. You have a different build profiles. So during the build time only, right, based on that profiles, right, it will try to apply that convention actually. So we have different types of build profiles actually. Types of build profile. So guys, this is, you need to just understand the theoretically. Okay, that's all. So what are the different types of build profiles you have? You have something like a per project build profiles. You have a per user build profiles, and you have a global build profiles like this. For the global. So per project means basically it is actually defined in the project's form.xml only. So there itself it is defined. Okay, like for example, whatever you have that form.xml, right, in your source code, right, or in your entire code, the form.xml, in that form.xml only all the build profiles should be placed actually. Okay, if you want to specify to that specific user, right, so then what happened, it is defined in the Maven settings itself, in the Maven settings XML file only. Like for example, you have something like, like user home is there, right? Under the user home, there is a something like .m2, right? Right, all the repositories are placed on the top. Under that there is something like a settings.xml file will be there. So there you can set, if you want to set for particular user, you can set the profiles here in by specifying all your builds under this under this file actually. So this is for per user actually. Okay, so you want to set it for globally for everyone, whichever you might be building for 100 projects, or all the projects, right, should have the same build profiles. So globally you can set. Okay, so defined in the Maven global settings, settings XML file. Like for example, right, I had already set under /opt Apache Maven, right, I have, right. So where it is there, it is under the m2 underscore home data, right, m2 underscore home, that's a variable, right, I have already defined. Under m2 underscore home there is something like a conf directory is there. Under that there is something like a settings.xml file is there. So here you can set whatever the build profiles here, because it is a global profile. For the globally to apply to every project, right, we can set here under this path. So this is what, guys, you have a types of profiles. Am I clear, sir, till here? So this just a theoretical concept, guys. You need not to worry about this. You need to just understand theoretically whatever I'm trying to tell you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, hold a second. Okay. Okay, guys. So I think we were missing the two, this one, right? What is it actually? MVN install and MVN deploy, right? This is what we are missing. Okay, let me copy this whole stuff again here. I'll copy this and I will try to paste it here again one more time, because I need all these things. So MVN compile. So when compile, what it does, it will create the class files, dot class files. I need it. Okay, and MVN. After that, you'll get a MVN test actually. MVN test. This will generate the. This will create the unit test results actually. Test results, and all the results will be under target surefire reports. So this is the path. Under here you have all kind of XML. Just say star.xml file. So here star.xml file or .txt. So here under this all the test reports would be there actually. So why I'm writing, guys, because these are all very important. So MVN package, this will create the .jar var or ER, and this is will be created under target So star dot jar or var or here, whatever. Here in this path will create. So this will create a, okay. So this all we call it as a Maven goals or Maven build phases we say. So we are not using much about this ambient site and all. Ambient deploy, ambient install. We'll see it. So ambient package will create. It is nothing but it in turn do a compile, test, plus test, and plus package. It in turn does it. We need not to do explicitly. Like in turn, when you do ambient package, all the three activities, compile, test, and package will be created actually. Now, guys, when you are doing a MVN install, suppose for example, when I'm doing MVN install, okay, let me do one thing. I'll keep this at the end. So let me keep this install here. Yeah, so that just to tell you actually. Now, what the MVN install will do basically. Okay, now for example, you know that I had built the Pet Clinic project, right? So where is it? Spring Pet Clinic here. Now, if you see that it's there, the target actually, the target is there. So if I do an MVN install, so let me do a one more. Let me run MVN clean and package. So you can run multiple goals at the same time. I can say MVN clean package. So it will must do the cleaning activity and then it will build the package. See here. So this will take time, but that's fine. Let it take some time. So it is running the test now, unit test now, and all the test results, you know that it will be kept under the surefire hyphen reports. It depends upon project to project, guys. For example, if you are working on some other projects or in some other build tool apart from the Maven, right? So you could say that Rajesh, where you will get that, where exactly the test unit results will be kept. Whereas when you are building through Maven, Maven will keep always under surefire report. There, no problem, man. You just Google it out. You will get very simple. Where the Gradle will keep all the unit tests. Oh, you know, if you Google, you will get all the information. So getting the information for some other build is not a big thing. Once you learn one tool effectively, like Maven, you're learning about effectively, learning any other build tool will become a cakewalk for you. You have to just Google everything and learn very fastly. So you could see that the the MVN package, right? It has built a package and the Spring Pet Clinic jar has been created under the target directory. This we know very well. Now, when I do a MVN install, see what it is happening. Just carefully watch. So what MVN install will do, guys? MVN install, whatever this jar file is there, right? This jar file, it will try to copy that jar file under your .m2 directory. Here. So again, the same thing, guys. Here, when you're doing MVN install, it will try to do same stuff. When you're doing MVN install, it will do all the things. It will also do a compile, test, test package, and then and finally it will do the install like that. It will also run all these goals actually, right? And now if you go there, now you could see that. So what here it has done, MVN install is done, but you could see that what it is doing, it is trying to copy the copy the this Spring Pet Clinic, right? See here, slash home Ubuntu, Spring Pet Clinic, target. Under the target, you could see that the Spring Pet Clinic jar is there. Where it is copying? It is copying to the M2. What is M2? We have already discussed. It is nothing but your local repository, right? You know that each and every home user account will have a local repository which is number .m2. Here, why this directory is there, guys? .m2. Can anyone tell me? We just discussed at the evening time, right? Why? What is M2 is there? whenever you are trying to download any kind of a dependencies from the central repository, always from the central repositories, all the packages or not, all the dependencies or libraries will be saved here under this path. Now, what is saying that Rajesh, as a part of mvn install, it is trying to copy this jar file under the slash home ubuntu m2 repository org. See, there is an org directory, spring framework, sample, spring pet clinic, 3.0 hyphen snapshot. There it is trying to copy. Okay, let me do one thing. Rajesh, I am already on the m2 repository. I will go up to this path. Change it to this path. See, under M2, you could see there's an org directory there. Under that, you could see Spring Framework. Okay, let me go inside and say ls. Can you see that there's a 3.0 hyphen snapshot is there? Okay, 3.2 hyphen snapshot. Okay, get into this. Now you do an ls. See, the Spring particular jar is copied here. Now the question comes, Rajesh, why we need this mvn install then? What is the use of having a jar file? This jar was already there in my target directory. It's already there in my target directory. Na? I needed that application here. Sorry. This is already there here. Why I need to run mvn install then? Mvn install, what it will do, guys? It will try to copy or the create the jar or var or here, whatever the file is there, right? That file and the dependency like pom.xml into the .m2 folder, right? So where it is there under your home directory, in our case, the home directory slash more ubuntu. Under that, there's a .m2 directory there. Under that, it is copied actually. So it's copied means it has created or it is copied into this folder. Correct? Do you agree with me? Now, why we are doing this or what is the need of doing this? See, for example, guys, suppose if I want to tell you an example. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me open MS Paint. Suppose you have a system. Right? You have a system and you are developing multiple projects actually. And you know that, right? Under your system, okay, you would be having a .m2 folder. Okay. So what is this .m2 folder? This we call it as a local repo. Right, guys? This we call the local repo. M2 directory. Under M2, you know that I'm having a repository slash repository directory. Under that, all your dependencies, everything will be there under this path. Do you agree with me, guys? .m2 slash repository. Correct. Now, what happened that assume that you are working on multiple projects. Suppose, like for example, all are Java-based projects. Like you are having one project, okay? You are having one more projects, right? Assume that this project is something like an order management project where you are trying to write a Java application where you are trying to build some kind of a ordering management application. Okay, what this ordering management will do? It will basically create some kind of a order ID. See, something like for example, like you try to book. You go to the Amazon, no, you try to select some product and put in your add to cart, and then you do a payment. You will get some kind of order ID, right? So you have got an order ID. It is something like that. So order management will create some kind of order ID. Now you know that as soon as you generate an order, actually, you know that you need to send an SMS to the user, right? You have created an order. So that's the reason what happened. Some application is there where that application is something like a send SMS application. This is one more Java application which you have written. Now, guys, when somebody developer has already written a Java SMS application, what he will do? He will try to write the whole source code and then he will try to do an MVN package, compile everything. He will do right, and finally, what he will do? No, he will do an MVN install. So now what happened, right? Whatever the jar is there, guys, whatever the jar is there, right? Whatever he has written, like for example, there is something like a SMS dot jar file is there. So at the end, he has created the jar file. What he will do now, as part of mvn install, he will try to what mvn install will do. It will try to copy this jar file and it will keep in the M2 directory, or it will keep under the M2 local repository. So here, what happened, right? Your SMS jar will be coming and sit here. Do you agree with me? Now what happened, right? Whenever the order management requires that jar or requires SMS to be created, it has to only use this jar. So what the order management will do, it will try to connect to the local repo and it will try to download the jar file for sending a SMS. After order management is completed, It will generate order ID, and that order ID you have to send through an SMS, right? You need a SMS jar. So you'll try to copy that SMS jar from your local repo. So in that case, also what happened, right? There will be multiple projects will be there, right? Like we are having only 2 projects, but they'll be having multiple project. Each and every project will be depend upon one other projects. So it requires one other jar file. So how the every project can work together, because that they can have a local in the local repo, they can push that jar file, and the other project can make use of the jar file from the local repo. Is it clear, guys? This is very important, right? This is what it happens. Guys, this is a system, and you are having a multiple projects. So do you agree with me? Correct, guys?
Yes, sir. But
I hope that
it is a backup copy of
backup copy, but you need to place in certain place where the other projects can make use of it. See, it can, but for example, order management, it cannot ask to the SMS project, right? Hey, give me that jar, man. It cannot ask, right? It has to depend upon some location where local repo is a place where all the jar files will be placed, and you have to tell just to tell to the order management under that particular path, go and you take that SMS jar. That's all you have to tell. So you'll try to download that, and you'll try to use that jar file under this project, under this management project, right? So you know that similarly you have a central repository. You know, right? You know very well now. Oh, Rajesh, there's central repository. You know that we already discussed. So where whatever you are having a Maven repository, right? MVN Maven repository. You know that, okay, Rajesh, there is something like a Maven repository or central repository where all the dependencies, like for example, you will try to download the Google's Goa library or dependencies, like that Hibernate, like that. There are many libraries are there, like Spring Framework, Spring Boot Framework. All those libraries are placed. You know that, right? Now you know that Maven knows whenever any person is developing an application, he needs a dependencies. He know that he will try to connect through the Maven. He will try to connect to his central repo, and he'll try to download it, right? But but when it downloads, where it download, it'll try to download and sit here under M2 directory. You know this. So this will be everything will be in a single machine like this, right? So now, apart from this, what happened, right? Many companies, what happened, right? They will try to set up a remote repository. So this is a central repository, this is a local repository, and this is nothing but your remote repository. Remote repo.
So one doubt, Jenkins server has the same SMS jar file, right? The same thing which is copied into the local repo as well.
Correct.
Then the central repository also the SMS jar file is available over there. Okay,
No,
sir.
no, no. Central repository, it is over the internet, right? You cannot
Okay.
keep, because you
Even
are
if it
working.
is a remote repo, if it is organization created remote repo, which is
Yeah.
available over there, the
No, remote
SMS.
repo, it will be there within your organization, sir. Inside
Okay.
your organization, the remote repo will be there. See, suppose you are working. See, for example, suppose you are working. Suppose, sir, what happened, right? Here, what happened, right? You are creating within your own project. Suppose you are the main developer, and you are creating many models, right? What happened that you are creating a ordering management model, SMS, send SMS model, quoting model, right? And then I know, like address model. A lot of models are there. Every model is depend upon each other. Means then you need to have a local repo where you can keep all the jar files. Suppose in the company itself, it's not only you. There are many other different projects are there which they are working. Maybe some other different project from others team, right? They might need your SMS jar file. Then what you will do that? You will try to push the SMS jar into the remote repo, so that this remote repo where SMS jar will be, you have kept, right? Many other different projects, they can make use of this jar file directly. That's the reason what happened, right? In the industry, they keep it as a remote repo, which where you can keep all the dependencies, as well as even you can keep your, like a closed project, dependency or the jar file also you can keep it here, so that other projects can make use of it. That's what most of the industry, they keep this remote repo also.
Okay, sir, I'll understand.
Okay, so now what happened, right? This is the remote repo. Actually, this is the local repo. Now you know that very well that now you know that, sir, there is something known as a JFrog artifactory image, the JFrog artifact. So many of the organization they use to set a remote repo. using the JFrog actually. And many other organizations, they will use this Maven actually. Maven, my image actually. So as part of our learning, I will try to cover both this actually. How to configure the, how to, you know, to set your own remote repo means you can either set through the Maven or either through the JFrog actually. So JFrog is more popular than Maven because like JFrog, it can keep a artifactory for the different languages. Like for example, you are having a Java repositories you can keep under the JFrog. You are having C++ repository, you can keep a JFrog. If you are having a Python repository, you can keep under JFrog. So JFrog supports for multiple different languages, whereas the Maven tool or the Maven repo, right, it only keeps the Java-based projects. It cannot keep any other no language projects, artifactories. It cannot keep actually. So mainly Java is built as for, sorry, not Maven. I'm sorry, shit, Nexus. Sorry, very sorry, sir. Nexus. Nexus actually. I'm very sorry, guys. Sorry. Nexus actually. Yeah. So you can build the Nexus artifact. So Nexus artifactory will keep only the Java-based, no project-related artifactories. It can keep actually. It cannot keep other languages. So, but still, anyhow, some companies are using Nexus because most of their projects are in Java-based only. Like in our company, we are using only Nexus, right? Because most of our projects, everything are Java based only. That's the reason Nexus is heavily used. But many other organizations are there where they're using extensively JFrog actually. So it is always better that you understand both this, like Nexus as well as a JFrog repositories. Okay. Okay, guys. So what it will do, guys? What Iman install will do that, or it will try to copy it. What about the deploy actually? Deploy something like, guys, copy the final package to the remote repositories. Because you are working for your customized project, Java project, it is not an open source, right? It's a closed project. It's your own internal project. Then always you will try to, whenever you try to do an MVN deploy, if you're running a command here, MVN deploy, then what happened, right? Whatever the jar file is there, guys, that will try to copy into this remote repository. Either it will try to copy it into your Nexus or to your JFrog based on what tool you are using in your organization. So MN deploy will try to push that jar file into a remote repository. So that's the reason I say that many other projects within your organization, right? Many other project or many other team who are working on some other different projects, if they need that particular jar, right, they can try to download from either from the Nexus or from the JFrog. Or depend upon which which artifact they're using, right? Depend upon that they can download. So okay, so deploy is, it means that you are trying to deploy. Suppose you said, Rajesh, I am trying to develop the open source project only. I'm not using for any organization. I'm trying to build my own Java application only. It is, I want to make it as a open source project. Then if you're doing a Maven deploy, right, it has to go and copy the jar file into your central repository. So under that case, you know how to do that. If you're doing MVN deploy there, it will go and sit here into the central repository. It will go and it will try to copy that jar file, right? But here in this organization, you will be trying to always be pushing your everything into a remote repo, that is through the MVN deploy. So based on the Maven configuration file, right, you can set it either you want to push that jar file into the remote repo or into your central repo, that you can do a setting. Based on that settings, it will understand that where I have to copy it actually. Correct? So we will be showing that also. Like once I try to set up the remote repo, right, while doing an MVN deploy, you could see that it is going and deploying into the Nexus artifact or into the JFrog artifact. Clear, guys?
Okay. So what my understanding is, until MVN install, we have a Jenkins server has a copy and a local repository we have a copy. When we go for MVN deploy, then it will go to the remote repository, whether it is a local inside organization
100%.
or public repo, right?
Yes, that's what. That's
Right.
what. Yes, right. 100%.
Correct. Thank you.
So yeah. So you know that we are having a Maven repo, right? Now you know that. So Maven also has a different types of repos. What is that? You have a local repo, and you have a remote repo, and you have a central repo. Correct, guys? Okay. Now what else? We have something as a Maven plugins. I will tell you about this also. Now after this, guys, we will do some practicals. Okay. So like see for every Maven work, whatever you do, right? There is a plugin for that. Like for example, if you go to here, so already my servers are running, so I have not stopped, guys, till evening. It's running only. So here, if I copy this public IP, go here, paste it, and give a 8080 port, enter. So Jenkins has loaded. So I'll give the username Rajesh, password as Red Hat. So now you could see that you have logged into your main dashboard actually, right? Now in the evening time we had built some Spring Pet demo clinic demo Spring Pet clinic demo 3 demo 4, right? Now in the demo 3, you know that actually in the demo 3, now if you go to the configure, you know that you had set some kind of a, like you had, oh, not here, in demo 4, sorry, in demo 4. Okay, I think you have set the invoke the top level Maven target, right? You have set it actually, and you are providing it. So what is this, guys? This is something that this is nothing but the UI way, where the user is trying to make his life easy by providing this invoke the Maven so that he can provide the appropriate Maven version and he can provide the goal, and automatically what intent it will do, it will try to call the MVN package only, right? So how this is happening? This is happening because of the Maven plugin. So what the Maven plugin will do? Maven is plugin based execution actually. It's plugin based execution framework. So whatever task we are doing, each task is executed by plugin itself. Like for example, you say that Rajesh, I want to run the MVN test, right? Or else you want to do MVN package, and afterwards I want to see all the results of the test execution, right? So if you go to this job, like for example, you say that okay, let me do one thing, guys. Let me try to clone the same project Spring Pet Clinic from the demo 4 to demo 5. So for doing that, what I'll do, I'll go to the dashboard and I'll go to the new item. Here you could see that Spring Pet Clinic demo 4 is there. I'll give the demo 5 and free style project. But I'll try to clone, I'll try to copy the same thing from the Spring Pet demo 4, right? This we already saw that. Okay, I try to copy the same project. Okay. So now you say that Rajesh, I want to check the results actually. Like after the unit test is executed, right? As part of it, I want to check the results actually. How to check the results actually, right? How to check the results actually. So to check the results, guys, how you have to do means. So this is there. This is all building is fine. Okay. Now after build step is done, there is something at the end known as a post build actions. What is it, guys? There is something known as a post build actions. Now, if you come over here, can you see that there's a publish J unit test results, right? Can you see publish J? Click on this. Now you could see that there is something like publish J unit results. Now, where the units are there, results are there, you know that Rajesh, there is under the target, there is something like a surefire hyphen reports. Under that, there are a lot of XML files are there. See, guys, you have to always see file set includes it also this publish J unit report, right? It also supports all the star. Star means anything, right? So it is not, it's a special characters actually, right? If you click on here, help for the features, see, you'll get all the features, how you have to use it, everything from the, you will get to know everything like this. So what you're doing that you are even creating a sure file results. So where you're getting after the project is run, right, under the same Spring Pet Clinic demo, right, you could able to see all the test results also. So here what happened, right, you're publishing the JUnit report results. Now you will say that, Rajesh, I'll save and apply. So coming back one more time, I'll show you. I create one more project, go to the configuration, go here. So after the build step is done, right, after you are doing a main package, you need to generate, or you need to even show up all the unit test report also. Finally, you need to give all those report to the developer, right, whether the unit test has passed or failed. For that, you're doing a post build action, guys. Under the post build action, what you're doing, that you're trying to select this publish JUnit test reports. Here what you're doing, that for my Spring Pet Clinic, all my test results are there under target surefire report. So if you go to the server, and you could see that under target, see, I'm under target directory, see, and under the target directory, here you have something like a surefire reports. Okay, under that you see that all .xml files are there. Oh, I need this these are all the test reports actually. So I'm giving star.xml. It means that all the report I need. So apply and save it. And now you just do a build now. See, if you do a click on build now, it is building the project. See, it is trying to, it has already downloaded from the Git, and then it is trying to do an MVN compile, sorry, MVN package. Now it is result the, see, test is passed, test results are getting passed, unit testers are getting passed, and finally it will show you the success, right? So guys, you could see that it at the end is showing a success, but before that you could see that recording the test results. So as a part of the post build action, it has recorded all the test results. Where it has recorded, so this project has passed now. Go back here, you could see that it is in a green color, it is passed now, right? And you could see there is something, a new section of test results. See, it has come over here. If you go to the project Spring Pit Clinic demo 4, see, can you see any test results here? No, there's no test results here. Whereas here under Spring Pet Clinic demo 5, you could see, guys, there is something like a test results. Click on this test results. See, here you will see all the test reports actually, unit test reports. Click on this. See, it will show that this has been, it took 1.6 seconds. See, it has passed. 2 test cases has passed. So totally 2 test cases has executed as part of execution of what are the unit test case under this. Actually, it has passed. So like that, these are the test results, guys, which you will be sharing to the developer. Okay, fine. So now, Rajesh, that is fine. Good. I understood now. Now, Rajesh, under the target, I'm having this springpetclinic.jar. Even this should be available as after executing, right, guys? It should be available here so that I can directly download from here the jar file. Here, what happened? You have developed the jar file. It is there within that Jenkins server only. But you need to publish also, right? So for that, guys, what you'll do, you'll again go to the configure. So what you'll do, come back to the build, post build action, post build actions. So post build actions, this is the post build actions. Click on here. Can you see archive the artifacts? Okay, archive the artifacts. See what it is there. Archive the artifacts. Above that, see archive the artifacts. What is the file you need to archive? Okay, here, Rajesh, under the target, there is something, a .jar file is there. I want to archive this. Okay, so under the target, there is something known as a .jar. I don't know what is the name. I'll say star.jar. Is it correct? Guys, star.jar. I don't know, but I need this actually. Okay, I need a jar file. Okay, now you do a apply. So what you're doing, archiving the artifactory. That is what you have to select. Already you have selected publish JUnit, which you have given here. But apart from that, you are archiving the artifactory. Now you say apply and save it. So now you guys, again, you do a build run. So now you're running for the second time. You could see that you're getting a build number, second number, build number 2. See, build number 2, it is running now. See, click on this. See, it is building the project. Fine. Same thing it will do again. It will run the unit test cases, right? And it will publish all the unit also test cases also, right? So now you could see that recording the test results as well as archiving the artifactory. Okay, it has done. Now how to do it? Go here. See guys, can you see here? Spring Pectinic jar. See, click on this. It will start downloading to your local machine. See? Am I clear, sir, till here? Nice, right? So post build action, what you can do, you can archive the artifactories, you can publish the J report. There are many things are there which you can do the post build. So what is the post build means? After you do a build, what action you need to do? Oh, okay, Rajesh, I want to build. Okay, what is the post build you do? Post build, what you can do? Post build actions. Oh, you can archive the artifactory artifacts. You can publish the J unit reports. There are many things are there. Like for example, Rajesh, I want to send an email to the developer and attaching all the J units reports. You can even send the email also, right? How to set up email, how to send an email to the developers or to some external holders. That will be our upcoming sessions. I'll be explaining that also. How you have to configure the emails and all. So you need to configure the SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol you have to set up, and then like you need to set up like to which domain you are sending. So some few things you need to understand there over there. I'll be explaining how to send an email also. So this is also very important. Sometime in the interview they'll ask you, how have you configured setting an email through your Jenkins job? They'll ask you, yes, I have did it. How you do it? So they'll ask you, you have to tell some procedure, like what are the procedures are there, right? You have to tell it. Is it clear, sir, till here? So it's nice, right? So you are able to publish everything over here itself under the job itself. Correct? So till here, any doubts you have?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Now you could see that actually you come back to the dashboard. There is one nice thing, sir. Actually, now whenever any projects are always build success one after the other, you could see that it always shows a sunny here. See, sunny means most of the time the build has passed. Like for example, if you go to the game of life, right? See, so many build it has passed. See, first time it has failed, no problem. After that, you could see that continuously it is building. Now you could see that actually that it has changed to the sunny. It means that most of the builds, whatever you are getting here, build number 10, 9, 10, all are success. It means that now this project has become more and more stable. It means that the Jenkins job execution output is always getting passed under this. Right? Now, some of them are cloudy. What is by cloudy means actually it is not that stable. Some of the projects has failed many times. Some of the projects have passed very few of the time. So that's the reason what happened, right? You could see that there is something like cloudy. So by seeing this symbol, any Java DevOps engineer will understand what type of builds has undergone under this project. Oh, you can say that. Okay. Sometimes you could see that. See, you're only getting a storm here. Oh, it means that most of the time the build has failed here. See, most of the time the build has, only one time it has passed, but some of the many of the times it has failed. So through this symbol also, guys, you will get to know what is the status of that project. But sometimes you could see that you will get some cloud, and after that cloud you will get you will get something like a shiny. You'll get one sun also, a bright sun. There it says that actually, yeah, few times it was getting failed continuously at the very early stage, but after some time, right, the builds were getting passed actually. So in that state, it will turn the this symbol as a cloudy with some sun also. It will show actually. Okay. So with that you will get to know actually. Now you will ask Rajesh. Always this green color is always means success. Okay. Red color is always failure. Correct. Rajesh, can I make it to something like I don't mean this color, man. I want to make this as a blue color. So whenever there's a success, I should get blue color. Whenever there's a failure, I should get yellow color or some other color. Can you do even this color changing also? Yeah, you can do that. How to do that? I will tell you in upcoming classes. That is not that much required, but some people are in organization they try to do that. But I like this colorings only. Green means always pass. Red is always means it is failure. But if you go for an industry where they're working on Jenkins, you could see that everything is blue color. Then you will say that what my Rajesh, I learned about something green as a passed and red as a, whereas in my industry it is blue color. No problem, it's only the coloring, that's all. So if you ask anyone in that project, he will say that I always success means this blue color, he'll say, and failure is always is yellow color, something he will say like that. So they have set the coloring according to their requirement actually. But I mean, I would see that most of the projects, right, they will always make the default color only. They'll keep it, guys. They will not change this color. Few organizations they will change it this color actually. Is it clear, guys? So
Yes, sir.
yeah, thank you, guys. So what we'll do, shall we continue for some more time, guys? Are you finding interesting, or else you're getting sleepy, miss? We will stop it, or else we'll continue for some more time. Miss, give me half an hour time, we'll continue for half an hour more. What do you say? Is
Yeah,
it
you
fine?
can. Yeah, it's fine.
What about Sanjay sir and Mahesh, Naresh? Is it Gaurav? Can we continue? Okay, sir. Give me half an hour. We'll cover few more things and then we'll wind up our session. Actually. Hmm? Now, okay. So what we can do, we can understand about what about the Jenkins projects actually. So we had executed a lot of Jenkins projects, but you know that. So in the Jenkins, the traditional way of creating projects or jobs is called as freestyle project. But it's a freestyle project actually, right? Later we will also even see the scripted pipelining or declarative pipeline also. So later we will try to learn the scripted pipelines and declarative pipeline. We will be learning that actually. So why? Because at most of the organizations, whenever they are building a Jenkins projects, they will not choose or they'll not go with this freestyle projects. They'll always go with the declarative pipeline. Like for example, if you're creating any job, you know that when I'm creating any job, when I'm creating any new job and I give the job name, you could see something like a pipeline. Always you will go with the pipeline. Most of the organization will always go with the pipeline. Not like that they will go with the freestyle, they'll go with the pipeline. So Rajesh, can I convert all the freestyle project into the pipeline project? Yes, you can convert all the freestyle project to the. Suppose some organization is already having a freestyle project. Suppose they want to move on. Oh, okay, they can convert all the projects into pipeline projects. So how to do that? We will see later about all those things because you need to follow the syntaxes. You need to understand about the Groovy language, and also if you know that and if you understand the syntax, you will get to know how to write a declarative pipeline. Before declarative pipeline, scripted pipeline was there. So the day when the Jenkins was started, right? When the Jenkins was developed, where the author of the Jenkins, right? You know, like who is that name? Kawasakuchi, right? Kawasuki, who is the author of the Jenkins, who designed the Jenkins, right? He had generated or he has created the official project of generation of the job actually. At the same time, guys, he had even implemented the scripted pipeline also. So the scripted pipelining was already there from the day the first dates of when Jenkins came into the picture. Slowly what happened, right? The same Jenkins, right? They started making much more simpler way than the scripted through by introducing the declarative pipeline. So declarative pipelining is heavily used in the Groovy scripting actually. Groovy scripting, you know that many of the organization company, they're asking the Groovy script also, because that when you are writing pipelines, right? You should know the Groovy syntax and all. And Groovy scripting is very much influenced from the Java program. It takes all the syntax from the Java program. Okay. Now, guys, in if you know that in the free shell project, when I am creating a free shell project, okay, when I'm creating a free shell project, so you know that when you're having a free shell project, when you go to the config of free shell project, you know that you are having many sections. You are having a general, you have a source code management, you have build trigger, you have build environment, you have build step, and you have post build actions. So let me write one line information about what this each and every thing in the free shell project actually. Okay. So let me write the notes for that. So the freestyle project, later we will write the notes for the declarative pipeline and scripted pipeline. But now let me write the notes for the freestyle project. The freestyle Jenkins project, you have to say Jenkins project contains the following section. So what are those section, guys? First is a general. What general contains? So this contains some of the information like discard old build, GitHub project. This project is parameterized, throttle build, restrict where this project is, like that. We have some few of the stuffs are there actually here. So what I can say generally that it has some kind of a basic information about the project. So by it is not only the basic information, here you will be writing a basic information, but apart from that, there are many other things are there which you'll be learning. So as part of our next session, you would see that tomorrow morning, right? I'll be showing you where exactly we are using this option, restrict where this project is all about. Suppose your project requires some kind of a parameter to be passed. So you can even click project. The project is parameter. It means that whenever you want to pass any parameter to a project, you can pass it. Either you can pass the string parameter, choice parameter, boolean. So these are all very important, guys. So string parameter, right? Boolean parameter, choice parameter, credential parameter. See, so many things. If I do a string parameter, see, you can provide all kind of information for that. Means that if whenever you want to pass in your project, right, the string parameter, right, you can use the string parameter. Right now, I'm not using it. I'll be writing some more jobs, special prop, where I'll be showing you how to use this parameterization also. What is this discard old builds and all? I will see later. But generally, what the general it says that it has a basic information about the project. That's what the general has. Okay, fine. So what are the other things? Second is, so you have a source code management. So the source code manager, this section is for configuring the SCM. SCM is source code management. That means that if you are if you are having your project under the Git, or if you're having a Git, or if you're having under the subversion or anywhere, right? Here what happened, right? You will get an option where you can select that and you can provide all kind of details of your source code management here, right? As well as you are having a subversion. How you are getting, guys? You are getting all this radio button option because that the particular the plugin is installed. That's the reason what happened. You are getting this menu, right? Okay, fine. So this we know already. The third one is build triggers. Actually, this is very important, guys. This will be explaining our in the next to next session. I'll be coming over with this what is build triggers. So this section is for configuring when to start the build actually. So here you could see that you're having a build trigger remotely, build after other projects are build periodically, GitHub hook trigger for Git SEM, and poll SEM. These are all very important, guys. So there is something known as a day build and night builds. When I'm explaining about the day and night builds, so when I'm explaining about day builds and night builds, what is this? We'll be coming across shortly in another one or two sessions. Night builds, there we will be using this build triggers heavily. This is what they'll ask in interview. Most of the time they'll be asking in interview. So when you will come across, when I am discussing about this day builds and night builds, at that time you will come across with this build trigger. So you could see that GitHub hook trigger from SM. This also I'll be configuring. Poll SM also be configuring. Build periodical also. I'll be configuring everything. It means that for showing you this, I'll be building some 5 projects to show everything like that, right? After that, you have a build environment. So this section has the information and options to control workspace and locks. So build, this has workspace, delete the workspace before build starts, right? And also the logs are to control how the logs and all. So I'll be telling about all these options, guys, when we are coming across with few of the things. I'll be showing you this in the upcoming sessions actually. And after that, we are having a build steps actually. Build steps. Yeah, build steps actually. So what is it, guys? This section is used to configure the build. We know that we've already been using, right? What is the last one? Post build actions. So this section is used, or this section is for performing. This section is for performing after the build is completed. So post the build step, right? Once this is success, then only the post build action will be called actually. If this build environment build step is not success, post build action will never be called. That you have to always keep in mind. If this fifth step is getting filled, right, sixth step will not be called actually. Clear, guys? So like in that example, in our example, we publish the JUnit report, as well as we archived the artifactory. All these are part of your post build action. Am I clear on this, sir? So whatever we learned all these days, sir, I have just written a notes for this under the facial project. Okay. Okay. So now I will be taking few more minutes, then we'll wind up. Okay. So now, guys, so Jenkins is a plugin based tool. Okay. It means that it is always depend upon the plugins, lot of plugins. Okay. So the functionality of the UI is user interface to the user and converting the interaction into the low level low level commands is done by the plugins. Is done by the plugins actually. So basically, so you have a lot of plugin guys actually. So almost most of the plugins, right, they provides a very simple UI based for the end user, so that it makes his life easy, right? So that with the help of a UI interface, right, he can set anything and he can perform the task. So that's what you know, that we always heavily depend upon the plugins actually, Jenkins plugins actually, right? So plugins basically are developed by using Java language. All plugins, almost all plugins are written in the Java language. So there are a lot of community plugins. So a lot of community plugins are there, freely available plugins, community plugins are there. Most of them, you know, that those all are Hudson plugins, right? Hudson plugin, right? Like, sorry, not Hudson, CloudBees, right? CloudBees is an organization actually which provides a lot of free plugins actually. Those are all community plugins actually. So, right? And plugins, usually, guys, plugins generally have the format of HPI. We call it as a Hudson plugin interface. Or so plugins can have any format, guys. It can either have a HPI format. It means that the plugin can have a .hp extension, or it can have the JPI format. It means that Jenkins plugin interface. Okay. So now, guys, so how to check the plugin? Suppose I want to install the plugins, or I want to view the plugins under the manage Jenkins. Here, if you go to the dashboard, you go to dashboard under manage Jenkins. Can you see under the manage Jenkins? If you click on this, you could see that there is something known as a manage plugins. So here, guys, this is what the area where you can install or you can uninstall, you can maintain, you can upgrade the plugins, everything over here itself. So if you click on here, now you could see that it is showing you that there are many other menus are there, like updates, available plugin, install plugin, advanced setting. Now, if you go to the install plugin, right, now you could see, guys, actually these are all the plugins which have been installed in your machine. Like for example, if you search for Git, right? See the Git API plugin, the Git plugin is installed actually. So when you are saying that the Git plugin, the Git client plugin is installed, that's the reason, guys, you are able to get this option. See, where is it? Yeah, sorry. So you're able to get this option. So if you go here and if you go to the configure, right, why you are getting this radio button, Git button? Because that here you're already having a Git plugin installed. If you're uninstalling it, right, this menu will go off. This radio button will go off, right? So these are all. Now here you could see that even we are having a subversion also. See, subversion is also installed actually. So if you go here and if you try to type the subversion, see, subversion plugin is also installed, guys. That's the reason you're able to get. If you uninstall it, if you go and if you uninstall it, that will go off actually. See, that plugin is not installed, right? Now, if you go here and if you try to do, try to create one more project, something dummy, and do a free shell project and say, okay, see here, see here, subversion, you need to reboot, sir, guys. You need to restart the Jenkins actually. Then only this will go off. But this will go off because you are uninstalled the Jenkins plugin, subversion plugin, right? It will go off. So I need to do a restart actually, but I'll not be doing. But you can try it out that when you uninstall it and if you remove the and if you restart the Jenkins, right? Again, you log in, you create a dummy project, right? So what you will do that you will not be able to see this section actually, right? So let me remove this dummy project, delete this project actually. Okay, fine. Now coming back here. Okay, so these are all the this is the section where all the plugins are installed. Okay, fine. Now if you go to the available plugins, oh, these are all the plugins which are available, guys. There are tons and tons of plugins are there. So in our session, in our entire journey of Jenkins, I will be showing you some 7 to 8 or 10 or 15 plugins where we'll be using in our activity, right? So we'll be using heavily, like for example, read timeout plugin, right? Some of the other plugins I'll be installing, Docker plugin I'll be installing, Terraform plugin I'll be installing, Kubernetes plugin I'll be installing. Like that, there are many plugins are there which I'll be installing it actually, right? So this is what it is. Okay. Now these are the available plugins are there, and means if you search any plugin, like for example, if you search for Docker plugin, you'll be able to get some plugins related to Docker. So click on that and you can install without restart, right? Like that, you can click and you can install it. Okay. Now, okay, that. And now if you go to the here, if you go to the advanced setting, so you could see that in the advanced setting, guys, you have something of the HTTP proxy configuration there. It means that suppose Rajesh, I want to download from the URL. Okay, my plugin is not here. Somebody has posted some plugin in some website. I want to download and I want to install it. So you can download through the URL also, and you can install it. Or else suppose assume that some companies, right, you could see that, see from the site you can go and you can submit, you can download it. But some companies, what happened, right, what they do, right, some companies, you know very well that some of the companies, right, some of the companies, based on their internal requirement, they will try to write their own plugins actually. It means that those Java developers, they will be writing their own plugins in a Java language only, and that plugin they will write it, and they want to install that plugin into the Jenkins. So in that server, guys, and in that state, you could see that after writing it, they'll choose that plugin and they will install it actually, or else they'll give the URL where they have placed and install it, deploy it. So most of the organization, they follow to write their own plugins, but nowadays plugin has become so much, like a lot of communities have written so many plugins, right? I don't see that any organization is actually sitting and writing a plugin. But some organization, even in our company, I have seen that some few developers, they have written the plugin, and that plugin, that it could be either HPI plugin or it could be a JPI plugin. Okay, this will be a format, JPI or HPI plugin. Okay, guys. Now, how to check all the plugins? Suppose if you go to the net and if you just say Jenkins plugin. So guys, this is the official site, guys. If you click on this site, so this is the official site where you'll get all plugins. All plugins. This is the official site. Official Jenkins plugin site. So where you will get all kind of a plugins you'll get, guys, actually. So this is the site actually. Now here, if you come over here, okay, there are many, like many different sections are there where you can go through it and appropriate plugin, you can download it. But can you see something like user interface is there? Yeah. So let me click on the user interface. So it will take me to the user interface where you can download some plugin, whatever you need. So I'm trying to search for something like a dashboard plugin actually. Say dashboard view plugin. So I need to install this plugin, guys, in my Jenkins actually. Okay. So from here, I try to click on this dashboard plugin. You could see that dashboard view. So this is the new plugin where I can view the project, everything through some kind of a customized dashboard view. Now you could see that this is kind of a dashboard I'm getting. After installing, I'm getting this dashboard, right? And then it has given some information about how now after installing, right, it will show you this kind of a menu where you need to provide some details and all like that, select the jobs, blah blah. It has given some information like this, so you need to little bit go through the documentation actually. Now you could see that you should have a plugin with the HPA or anything. And if you come up here, can you see here something like how to install it? Yeah, click on this, how to install it. Now it shows you that actually, guys, you can install the plugins in the two ways actually, either three ways actually, not two ways, three ways actually. So using a UI, it means that you can directly go to the Jenkins dashboard, navigate to manage Jenkins, manage plugins, go to the select tab and just search for this dashboard view. See, you can copy this, you can go here, you can go to the manage Jenkins, go to the manage plugins, go to the available plugin sections. There you just paste this. You'll get this plugin. You can install it. Okay, this is the first way. Second way is that you can use the Jenkins CLI tool. So using the Jenkins CLI tool also you can. So after installing the Jenkins plugin CLI tool, you can copy paste this command and run it actually. And the third method is direct upload. It means that you can directly download the plugin and install the plugin actually. So plugins, sorry guys, I hope that you're not feeling bored. Plugins can be installed in three ways. First is from GUI, right? So you know that you have to go to the manage Jenkins. Under that, you have to go through your manage plugins, and then you have to go through the available section. There you can search for that, and then you can install it. This is the first method. Second method is number with your Jenkins CLI plugin method. Jenkins plugin CLI method. It means that to the command method actually. And the third method is that through the direct download. Or it means that you can even direct download the plugin and install it actually. Right. So that's all. So use a direct upload actually. So you can use a direct upload like that. Okay, you can use a direct upload. Direct upload means you have to go to the direct upload, click on this, and then install it actually. Correct, guys? Okay, so I'll go back here. Okay, so now click on here. So where you'll get the direct upload. So here you could see that you have documentation, you have releases here, right? Click on the releases here. See, here you have various different releases. It means that you can download it. See, the latest is 3 months ago. Click on this, download that plugin. See, guys, it is started. See, dashboard-view.hpi. This is the extension .hpi. Where is it? .hpi, .jpi is there. It is downloading the .hpi. So it is downloaded. Where it is downloaded, guys? It is downloaded under my downloads directory. Okay, no problem. Rajesh, I need to install it now. So go here, go back to Jenkins, go back to your advanced setting, go here down, deploy plugin, choose the file. Where's the file? Under download, select this, choose a file, and then say deploy. That's all. See, it is installing. So you need to restart the Jenkins. Yes, I need a restart. So once the installation completed, the Jenkins need to be restarted. See, so Jenkins will restart. So I have installed now through the third method, guys. What is the third method? Direct download and install it. Okay, now login again. At login. So after installing, guys, okay, after installing, you will get something here known as a new view. Okay, click on the new view. See, this is what the new view, or this is a dashboard view. You got it actually. Okay, this is a dashboard. You got it actually. So you can give anything. New name is test something, new view, and you can just create. I want a dashboard list view or something. You can give. I want a dashboard and say create it actually. So if you create it here, it will give some other options. So a lot of jobs you have created. Okay, I need this job, Rajesh. I need game of life. This. I need some of the jobs you can select like this, right? And come over here. You need to have status and you need to provide the columns and all here. Okay. Now here you can select something. Okay, I need something. A build statistics. I need. Okay, I need under the portal. I need something like a latest builds. Right. Okay, 10 would be there. Okay, fine. So I need to give the latest build. I need to have a test static grid something, and then you'll select some few things here, uh, agent statistics, and then apply and okay. So can you see that, guys? You got some dashboard here. You could see that. See the game of life. How many number of time it has passed? What is the percentage ratio? Right. Spring pet clinic demo. See how many times it has built. So there are two builds are there like that. You can generate a dashboard actually. So how you got this dashboard? Because of this dashboard view plugin. That's the reason you got this dashboard. See, so you have created a separate new dashboard by name test. If you click on all, here you'll get your jobs, what you created. But if you can create a separate dashboard with the help of a dashboard view plugin. So if you click on it, so I created this dashboard. Correct, guys? Is it fine? So how you are getting this? Because of the dashboard view plugin which we installed it. So like that way, what happened, guys? You will be installing many plugins in our upcoming classes, where according to the user's requirement, right? We will try to install that plugin and he will make use of that plugin. Clear? Am I clear, sir? Till here?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Okay, sir. So what we'll do, we'll stop it now. What is our tomorrow, guys? So we'll stop it plugin, and tomorrow what we'll do? Tomorrow morning 11 a.m. we'll start the class. So Jenkins, tomorrow 11 a.m. we'll start the class. We will try to understand about the distributed builds. We'll be understanding what is distributed builds actually. This is very important topic. We will be learning about this in tomorrow session. So this I need at least 2 hours, guys. So sit for 2 hours tomorrow, the whole 2 hours. Complete tomorrow. I need to finish the whole distributed builds in the 2 hour class. Or if it extends, okay, we'll cover for the next week actually. So this we will be covering tomorrow. This is very interesting. Don't miss this class, guys. So I'll be telling a lot of hinters and pointers here, what to do. I will say that you do this, no, you'll get trapped. So whatever the practicals I'll be doing, same thing you need to do, in your environment also. If you're doing something little mistake, right, you will not get the output properly. So I'll be giving the pointers, hinters where you'll be get failed, right? How I got stuck, how I resolved the issue and all that also I will share with you. Whatever I have experience, right? Those experience also I will share with, so that you will get to know whatever I did for executing the the Jenkins Free Shell project, right? For the build for this distributor build, right? I will explain you everything, so that you'll get the idea. So where it is used also I will tell you about this, so that you will get a complete picture tomorrow. Okay, guys. So tomorrow we will 15 tomorrow morning 11 a.m. we will again join, and in evening I will not have any class tomorrow. I need to go outside somewhere, so we will be having only one session tomorrow morning. Is it fine, guys? Fine, guys. Thank you all, and thanks for joining. So I'm very happy. Thank you all. Bye.
Bye, Rajesh.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.